right now. Welcome back to the relaunch episode of Koinos Talks. Now, Koinos Talks have been around for a long time, but we're bringing it back this time because we have a brand new backup. We've got Rhubarb Media behind us. We're working to create a lot more content, the way to mobilize the community and build it. So what this episode is going to do is going to summarize what's been happening, what's going on. We got some special guests today. We got Andrew Levine, we got Justin from Collection, and we're going to go and cover out what's been happening this month. These episodes are gonna happen every single month at the last Wednesday. So today is January 31st. And so last Wednesday, every month at 12 o'clock, we'll give you the update what's going on in the month. So I'm gonna shoot this thing over to Andrew. Andrew, he's gonna come in and just give us a little chat about what's been going on with the Koinos community and what we're looking out for the next year so far.
All right. Well, what's been going on with the Koinos community and what's looking out for the next year? I mean, I thought we wanted to focus on the marketing specifically because we've been working really closely with Rhubarb Media. This has been a major focus for the community, and I think that's one of the major themes for 2024 is the community working together. We've got a number of groups created now, an exchange group, a marketing group. We've got Rhubarb Media in there acting as a QB. And for us on the Koinos group side, we're really focused on shipping Koinos Pro, which is actually going to ship pretty soon. And then the way we think about it is decentralizing leadership. That's a major theme for 2024, decentralizing leadership. You're helping these community run organizations get on their feet, execute on their own, and then take advantage of us, take advantage of our help. So far, the relationship with Rhubarb Media, I think, has been going great. They've been a pleasure to work with, and it's really been in the planning phases for now. But we're looking to ramp up our efforts, take the planning that's been going on in the background, and really ramp things up going forward, and until we get to the point where we're really churning out content. I think it's going to be a really content-centric strategy. That seems to be where Rhubarb Media wants us to go, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think the content is a really, really big driver because it's a really accessible way for people to learn about communities. And there's a lot of rewatchability on it. If you go to Telegram chat rooms, you go to Discord, people ask the questions. Usually it's the same question over and over again. And, I do see that our community gets a little tired of answering the same stuff, but it still needs to be answered. As we grow, we need to make sure that people who are new to the ecosystem get information that they need.
Yeah, one of the really nice things for me, I don't know how many people know this, but my background is actually in content creation. That's how I got hired at Steemit. So this is very much a full circle kind of experience for me, getting to dive back into content creation. And I really believe that content creation is a really empowering process. It's great for organizing your thoughts, and it can be incredibly powerful. And so I think what we want to do here is scale it, get the community involved, and then have that backup, as you said, from Rhubarb Media, giving us the expertise to really be effective.
Yeah, speaking of content, the last couple of weeks, we've kind of seen a lot more people creating things on the Coins blockchain. We had a push where people were launching tokens almost every single day on Coin City, which is a tool where you can create a token, launch it, lock up stuff, and then you can go off and create any marketing campaign you want on your own. And what's great about that is that you're paying a small, simple a small fee to get people, to get Coin City to upload that smart contract for you. And I think we're seeing this a huge flush of creators coming in because they know that it's so easy to create stuff on the Coins blockchain. Coin City has been a great example of the token launcher in that regard. Of course, you can always launch your own token by creating a smart contract yourself, uploading to the Koinos blockchain by yourself. And again, the great part about it is that there's always going to be a service available for you to upload your contract for free on Koinos. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't cost anybody because it's powered by mana and not gas. And I think later on today, we're also going to have Justin from Collection, and he's going to demonstrate the Phase 1 creator tools, and it's going to dramatically increase the accessibility of NFT creation on Koinos. Now, it doesn't matter if you mint one NFT or you mint a million NFTs on Koinos, it costs nothing for you. All you need is access to mana, and you can either get it from someone or you can buy coin and have access to it yourself. I think it's pretty safe to say that no matter what happens in the ecosystem, there's always going to be a way for people to upload smart contracts onto the Coins platform for free, because that's ultimately what allows people to create things and reach people out there, unlike gas. Because with gas, if you're developing things, you have to pay to upload smart contracts, and then you have to wonder how people can access your smart contract because they have to pay a gas fee. With Koinos, you don't have that, and I think that's going to be something that's going to help people create a ton of value on the blockchain and use it in a way we've never seen before. In fact, this actually might sound like black magic. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about how this can happen. Is it voodoo? Is it black magic? I guarantee you guys, once you experience the black magic, you are going to become a wizard. And in fact, you could probably try it out right now. I and Roman, another developer on the Koinos blockchain, created something really cool called Koinos Social. If you want to get a link to that, just Google Koinos Social on Google. It'll be the first thing you pop up. You can sign up for an account and you can post things to the blockchain in less than 30 seconds. It's really a way for you to experience what the power of Koinos can really do. And you can take this idea and apply it to all types of things, like Coin City, like Collection. Now, I think this month we've seen some pretty cool stuff launch. If you've been part of the community for a while, you already know that we have things like CoinDX, we have Collection, we have Coins Account Protocol, we have Fogata, Burncoin, we have Condor. All these projects have been around since the early times. But there have been some new creations that we haven't really brought to air yet. They are on Twitter, but sometimes having a video is nice to see it. But we have this group called Coin Crew. It's a group of people, I don't know them, I haven't really met them, but they want to be involved in the Koinos ecosystem. So they're helping to distribute some tokens that get created on Coin City, like drugs, or not actual drugs, but drugs, the token, Elon Coin, or a project named Egg. They have a bunch of stuff out there, and they're helping to just broaden the ecosystem and be involved with it. We also got some stuff. Koinos Raffles is a really good example. Koinos Raffles has been creating these raffle games where you can put some tokens in, and just like a normal raffle, you can buy a ticket, and if you win some funds. And that's all stuff that can be brought to the Koinos blockchain because it's a fun way to distribute tokens, and it doesn't cost anybody other than the actual entry fee to start participating. Now, I also know Koinos. Koinos is the most developed mobile wallet out there. I have Koinos on my phone. It's got a wallet connect. You can sign in with a fingerprint or a face scan if you're on Apple. It's constantly getting upgraded and constantly being developed. It allows you to take a look at your NFT collection. It allows you to search different tokens. It's a really great wallet. And I believe they are launching this new idea. It's called NUB, or a no user barrier. I'm not quite sure what NUB is, but I think they're going to launch more information about it. We're going to see more content from Koinos. They're going to keep on pushing their application to further and further stuff, and I'm really excited to see them develop that wallet a little more. Now, segue a little bit, in March, we're going to be getting some support from our first hardware wallet. In fact, I have mine right here. It's called Tangem. Tangem is a hardware wallet where you get access to a card. I've got the 3 card setups of little backup cards. It's a way for you to store your private key on a hardware device, and it links up right to your mobile phone. And so that's going to be another option for people to get involved with the Koinos blockchain, especially people who are very hardware centric, old school guys like myself. I still use command line. I still use private keys on paperwork and hide them different places. For us guys, we love hardware wallets. So there's going to be the option for you. Now, I also have been looking into other parts of the ecosystem. CoinDX, classic guys, they managed to update their docs. Now, I'm really interested to see how CoinDX is really going to move forward with this, because you're going to be able to create an application that links directly to their DEX, which means that you're probably going to be able to put trading directly in your application if your application benefits from it. So look out for CoinDX and check out their docs for that one. You can check it out at docs.coindx.com. We spoke about Coin City, and we know we're going to have a special guest, Justin from Collection. But I also want to talk about a new application that hit testnet yesterday. It's called Kukuloo. I believe I said that right, Kukulo. And it's a brand new, fresh out of the frying pan, right into the fryer application where you get to bet on the price of Bitcoin. And so you can bet if it goes up, you can bet if it goes down, and there's a 15-minute bet, there's a 1-hour bet, and I think there might be another shorter time frame. But it's on testnet right now, and they need more testers. So if you are around, check out their link. Somebody from the group might be able to post their link right now, but they are Kukulo, and just kind of help them build it out. It's a great little fun app. Again, This application allows you to bet coin against the Bitcoin price, and you can do this through a whole host of other tokens. It's a fun way to get involved in blockchain. Obviously, don't go gambling your entire supply there. Now, we talked about Rhubarb Media. These guys are on board to help us by what I mean is the Koinos community. They're not hired by Koinos Group. They're hired by the Koinos community to help build that marketing campaign, to help us figure out how we're going to, in larger community, how we're going to build a better voice in the ecosystem and really catapult us to that area where we all know that we're going to be in. Koinos blockchain is the #1 place to launch free decentralized applications, free to use decentralized applications. And so I think once we put our efforts together with Rhubarb Media, who, by the way, is the marketing genius behind Caspa's rise, we'll be able to get a really good focal point, especially in this year. If there's ever a year to get involved with blockchain, this is the year. This is the year where you were supposed to be putting the extra time, lose your sleep, don't sleep, forget about your friends for a little bit. Tell them that you have stuff to do and build on the Koinos application, Koinos blockchain. And I want you guys to know, personally, I'm not a developer. I don't code. I can't code. But I know what the Koinos blockchain can do. And what's important is that we get involved with the community, and we find developers who have ideas themselves, and we partner together to create amazing things. That's the #1 focus about the Koinos blockchain. On every other blockchain in the world, you've got to figure out 9,000 other steps in order to launch an application. But here, you can launch it to a group of people, and you don't need them to have tokens. Again, Koinos Social, best example of that. You can go on that website, start posting, and you can take that as a blueprint. Build an application, power with Mana, let anybody in the world sign up for free. I guarantee you it will take you less than 30 seconds. We talked about Tangent Wallet already, but I think now is the time for us to show you the collection's new features. So I'm gonna bring Justin right on board. Justin is the CEO of Collection. He also is a former old Steemian, and he understands blockchain very well, a developer. He's gonna come in and he's gonna explain to you exactly what's going on with Collection, with this phase 1 stuff. He's gonna run a demo for us. And here's Justin for the camera.
Hey, Kui, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm Justin. I'm the general Koinos developer, supporter, and CEO of Collection Marketplace with a K, which is the leading and first NFT marketplace on Koinos. Since we started developing Collection last year, we've had 19 collections launched so far, and soon there'll be 20, and I'll be showing off the 20th as part of our demo today. So what I have the demo today is what we'll be releasing this week on Collection, which is phase 1 of our Creator Tools suite. Now, what Creator Tools is and what it'll be in the final phase is a suite of tools for creators to be able to launch NFT collections easily, but with lots of bells and whistles, without needing to know how to write or deploy any code, or even needing to hold any tokens at all. So this will roll out in 3 phases over time. For the first phase, releasing this week, we have a big UI overhaul of the site, along with a new category called drops. So drops are basically NFT minting pages for new collections. Users will be able to mint NFTs directly from a collection, see lots of information about the collection, see timers for how long before a minting starts, how long it will be ongoing, and how many NFTs have already been minted. So our first on-site mint will be the Gambit Chess Club collection. This collection, it's very unique in multiple ways, but 2 that I want to talk about is 1, they're actually the first established collection migrating from Ethereum to Koinos. And personally, I think that's kind of a big deal. The other is there's a very unique feature with these that they're 3D NFTs. So with this release, we'll also be rolling out support for other file formats on Collection, starting with 3D objects and animated GIFs. So Kui, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and get this demo going. All right, perfect. So what you'll see here is any upcoming drops will come up right first and foremost on Collection. And you'll have a timer until they begin, or it'll show that minting is live if they're already minting. Has the number of items, the price, of course, and you'll actually be able to scroll through them if there's multiple ongoing here on the site. So when you click into a drop, what you'll have here is information about the collection, when the minting starts or if it's already begun, the percent minted, and if the collection is submitted, certain information like the team and frequently asked questions. There'll also be buttons for those here. That's completely optional for collections. So you'll also be able to showcase things like this, like animations, and of course 3D objects. So you can actually like grab these and rotate them and move them around, which I think is super cool. And that's all going to be on site. I think that's going to be rolling out actually today, either today or tomorrow. So the mint for Chess Gambit Club actually will start. This is actually a real timer. Should start in 5 days. So that's super exciting stuff. So if you're going to be launching a collection yourself in the near future, please reach out to us. We want to hear from you. We want to talk to you, and we'd like to get you set up with these new features. So stay tuned for more. We've been working furiously in the background to not just deliver the best possible NFT marketplace experience on Koinos, but the best in Web3 altogether. And with that, I will hand it back over to you, Quiddy.
Awesome. Now, we've got we talked about, some updates. Now, I just want to mention, if you have something you want to include in this Koinos episodes, if you want to have your project mentioned in the next episodes, feel free to reach out to me, DM me, or just put your stuff out there on Twitter. I normally go and scope through Twitter and take a look at what's going on, what's new. If it's not easy for me to find, then it's probably something that you need to like kind of broadcast more broadly. Now with that, we are taking questions, and we are going to answer these questions. So any questions you have at the end of every single episode, we're always going to do a little Q&A session, because we recognize that new people come in and there's these questions they want to be answered by someone who's knowledgeable. Of course, you can always come into the community, always come into Twitter, always go into Discord, ask a question. It's always going to be someone to help you. And I'm really happy about our community in that regard. But if you got any questions about collection, what they're going to be doing, Justin's still here. He can answer that. Anything on Koinos group and what their objectives are, or anything Andrew related, his hair, his cat. I know these are common questions that people want to ask, but he's still available there. And obviously, if you have any questions about Koinos Social, Koinos Account Protocol, or any of that nature, you can always ask over here. So any topics, other than that, I'm going to keep on talking, and I'm going to keep on bringing up new items. We do need new testers for Kukulu. Please get on that. Help these guys test their project. There's a couple other ones that are coming to the top of my head right now that I recall. There's something called Real World Assets. They are part of this other project where they're trying to bring a land ownership to NFT collection so that you can get a piece of it. Obviously, they're in the United States. There's some security laws there, so they can't guarantee anything there. And we also actually have, Andrew, you might want to pop in on this one. You have a new podcast. Actually, we're both on the podcast and just got released the other day. It's the new Koinos podcast. And that's something that's going to be, a more regular item. And the first episode's out right now. We kind of just talk about how the Koinos podcast is going to roll. I think there's a couple episodes that are, already ready to come out in the next couple of weeks. Andrew, why don't you just kind of touch base on the Koinos podcast while we wait for some questions?
Yeah, sure thing. So yeah, we just released our first episode yesterday. It's on YouTube and Twitter, and we'll be uploading that to all the major podcast platforms as well. And the idea is to leverage that format and that channel to talk about all the ways that people can turn their passions into their livelihoods using freedom technology, Web3, blockchain, with Koinos as the spearhead of Web3 and blockchain. And so we want to make it a very broadly appealing podcast. We think there's a real gap in the market for authentic content that is not biased. We want to be open and welcoming to all people, projects, and protocols who are just trying to help people turn their passions into their livelihoods. And the idea is not to make a bunch of money selling advertising or selling merch. So we think we have this opportunity to lend our expertise, give exposure to projects within the ecosystem, but also welcome people from outside of the ecosystem, because we just have a genuine belief in this technology and its ability to empower people. So yeah, the goal is to really turn this into a legitimate podcast with relatively high production quality, so that we can broaden the reach of Koinos, expose new people to Koinos, and also expose Koinos projects to more people.
So when can we expect the next episode of the Koinos podcast, and who's the next guest?
So we're going to try releasing these every week. I think we already have a significant backlog. I think next week will be the interview that we did with either Julian or the Eve NFT people. So I'm not exactly sure yet, because Julian talks about the governance upgrade. So that's kind of a high priority item that I just remembered about. And so maybe we'll do Julian next week, and then the Eve NFT series the week after. We're going to start pumping these out pretty regularly. We're learning by doing, so please bear with us and bear with maybe some inconsistencies. But yeah, we're going to shoot for rapid output. So weekly at first, maybe even higher frequency in the future.
That's awesome to hear. We're going to be doing monthly here on the Koinos Talks. I also create my own little small tutorials and contents. I'm trying to get that out there more regularly. There's going to be another push in people coming into this ecosystem, so we want to be able to have content ready for that. Now, with that said, we got one question here. I think this is a great question to answer. We're going to pop it in here. Let me see if I can pop that show right there. So Captain Koinos asks, for developers looking to build on Koinos, is there a place they can learn to do that? The best place to start is actually with the Koinos docs. I believe the link is docs.koinos.io. That will give you a pretty high-level overview on what exactly how you exactly build on Koinos. It can also give you examples too. Another great place is something that I've worked on is learnkoinos.xyz. There are some missing gaps there, it needs to be updated, but you can really get your head wrapped around what it is to develop on Koinos by checking out learnkoinos.xyz.
Yeah, and improving the docs is a major priority for us. We're not doing a ton of work on that right now because we're putting the finishing touches on Koinos Pro. But once Koinos Pro is out, and once we've done a couple of other housekeeping type tasks, we want to shift our focus to improving the documentation. You could kind of think of it as merging Learn Koinos with the doc site and updating a lot of it. So yeah, the docs need to be better, and they will be better. And part of what we're looking to do with this podcast is build the content creation machinery that we can then also leverage to produce tutorials to go along with the documentation. So the Koinos podcast is by no means, and Koinos talks that you're doing is by no means the only content we want to be putting out. We want to be putting out all kinds of content, including tutorials, to make it easier for developers to get started building on Koinos.
Yeah, and Koinos Talks really isn't going to be the only thing that's out there. Koinos podcast isn't the only thing out there. There's going to be a whole bunch of other applications or other content out there, tutorials, educational series. I really think that there's going to be a whole host of communities that can benefit from different avenues. And developers want their own little space. Token holders want their own little space.
And
So
if
it's a
people
great
want to
way.
get involved on the content creation side, please reach out to us. We can all work together on this. We would love it for other people to get their hands in on this process.
Yeah, Rhubarb Media is really going to help us. They're going to be our backbone. And for example, I'm creating this because Rhubarb Media, has this plan for us to kind of work together and find that path in order to create and build this community. And so it's kind of empowered me to get back on here and work on Koinos Talks, get back onto content creation. And I know that be on camera, speaking to a mic might not be for everyone. It is something that's kind of scary to do. But some people out there, they're great at writing stuff. They're great at answering questions, right? Maybe they want to be taking charge of creating, updating the Wikipedia page. Maybe they want to create articles on Medium. These are all ways that you can help. And because now there's a combined collective effort from Rhubarb Media, from Koinos Podcast, from Koinos Talks, myself, all these great people, all these new things being created. This is really the year that if you want to be involved in something in blockchain, something that can really bring your passion to reality, this is the year to do it. And there's a lot of people here willing to support you to do it. And so with that said, look out for the next episode of the Koinos Podcast with Andrew. He's going to be launching something with either Hulin or the Eve guys. And then look out next month, last Wednesday of every single month, we're going to come out with another episode of Koinos Talks. And that's going to just cover up what's going on in February. This is the January episode. And again, if you have something you want to kind of show on the show, by all means, reach out to me. Just like Justin had a little show and tell, a little dev and tell. We can get you guys on here so you can show the community what you're working on. And maybe we'll break that off into a development series. And so with that said, I just want to say, ciao to everybody. Justin, I'm going to bring you back on camera. Andrew, bring you back on camera. And that way we can all just kind of say our little farewells. We'll see you in a month. Justin, really looking forward to the phase 1 collection stuff going live.
Absolutely. Me too.
All right. Take care, guys. Thank you for joining with us. We'll see you next month.
See you guys.